All right. Okay. So we are live. What is going on, everybody? I think everything's working. I literally just scrambled to set this up, and I know that I am running a few minutes late, but unfortunately, with life, that's just what it is. I'm surprised, honestly, I even made it on time, but we do have a little bit less time to talk beforehand, before Arcade1Up starts their stream that we're going to go ahead and watch live here, but I'll try and stay as long as I can after the fact to kind of go over everything with you guys. But I'm just going to give YouTube the normal, amount of time to kind of send all the notifications out, get everything going, get everybody up in here. But how is everybody doing? We have, it looks like now 10 minutes left until Arcade1Up stream starts, and I'm like out of breath. I'm like sweating right now because literally like just got home from work, took a shower, fed my newborn baby, and now I am here. And yeah, so I'm gonna take a second to catch my breath and hopefully get some more people up in here. But how is everybody doing? Let me know who is in the chat. Do we have anybody in the chat as of yet? Definitely let me know who is in here. It's been what, a few weeks, maybe a month since we last live streamed, and I really love doing these. I just don't really have the time to do them as much as often or as frequently as I would like. And it is extremely hot in this room because it's like 100 degrees outside. Like, that's probably a little bit over exaggerating. It's probably like 90 something degrees outside, which I might have to turn this fan up a little bit higher, so you guys may hear a little bit of wind noise, but we'll go ahead and see how that goes as we get further along in this stream. So yeah, it looks like we just got a few more minutes left here, so I'm just gonna ride this out. Like I said, give YouTube a few minutes, and I'm just gonna catch my breath because I am out of breath right now, and this energy drink probably isn't going to help the sweating that I'm experiencing right now. But it is what it is. Gotta stay awake for you guys. So what's going on? What's going on? Who is in the chat? Let me know if you are in the chat. Let me see some comments over here. We got 8 minutes left till Arcade1Up kind of announces the worst kept secret. I feel like with each new iteration of cabinet that they release, they're getting worse and worse at keeping this a secret. Like, we've known about Time Crisis. We've known about the actual cabinet itself for, what, like a little over a year now, maybe about a year. And then we got like official images on different retailers' websites and stuff for the last like couple weeks, I think. I don't even know. I haven't really been keeping track of like all the current information because life has been so busy now that my baby was born and everything like that. So but I want to say at least the last couple weeks we've had official images and everything like that of the Arcade1Up Time Crisis cab. So I mean, it's not even a surprise anymore. We all know what it is, and that's kind of like yeah, I'm not gonna last with this fan off. I gotta turn the fan on. But that's kind of like what sucks about Arcade1Up now is like nothing's ever like a secret or a surprise anymore. Like, we all know the cabs that are coming out before they even are announced, which sucks. I like that element of surprise. There's nothing like watching these Arcade1Up shows, or what is the 1Up show. There's nothing like watching these and not knowing what to expect. But because we already know what to expect, it's kind of like, why are we even going through this? Like, it just sucks. I would love that element of surprise and have like a genuine like shocked reaction. We haven't had one of those in years, probably since Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that came out of left field. I think that was the last big surprise we had, and before that, I don't know what the last big surprise we had was, but it's been a while, and I would just love to have a cab come out that nobody knew ahead of time. Like, I don't know. They just suck at keeping things a secret. Christopher Grayson says hello. Congrats on the new baby. Thank you, Christopher. It's been a wild ride because she showed up 2 weeks early. She wasn't supposed to be born until the 17th, and she was born on the 4th. So it was crazy. Was not expecting her to be here this early, but life has been crazy. I'm running on like no sleep, and I just started going back to work yesterday, so I got no sleep plus work plus trying to do the stream. Life's crazy, but we are making it happen. So I appreciate you for the congratulations, man. It means a lot. It looks like we just got a few more minutes here for Arcade1Up to start. Do we have anybody else in the chat? Who's running up in the chat right now? Real talk, I saw you in here earlier this afternoon. Shout out to you. I don't know if you're going to make the stream. I hope you do, because it's been a while since you've caught one of my streams live, so it would be nice to have you here live. Oh, man. Literally, like, out of breath. I should have grabbed, like, a bottle of water before we start, because this energy drink is not going to cut it. So yeah, stream is set up. How's everything look? How's everything sound? I think everything was set up correctly. My mic is plugged in. You might hear a little bit of wind noise. It's just I turn my fan up to full speed because, yeah, I'm out of breath right now. Sweating my butt off. Anybody else in the chat? Nobody yet. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Like, it's just Arcade1Up sucks at keeping secrets. They really, like, every cab that comes out, we already know about beforehand. It gets leaked some way somehow, whether it's like, somebody on Reddit or a retailer posting things like weeks before they're even announced. It's just, I don't know. And part of it, I think, is like also the community's obsession, because I feel like every day somebody is running through the retailer's website trying to find like what's the next new thing that's leaking, and people are searching things, and somehow like the community always finds what new Arcade1Up thing is out, and it's just pretty wild to me. Like, they just can't keep anything under wraps. Some of it's their fault, some of it's not, but yeah, it's pretty wild. Oh man. Okay, give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna go grab another bottle of water before this actually starts and kicks off, so give me just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Oh, let me just get back in frame. I am back. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Excited for a new cab that isn't Pac-Man. I mean, I will be honest. I'm not terribly excited for this cabinet, just myself personally. I don't have much of an attachment to Time Crisis. And just because we're a few minutes away, I'm actually going to switch the screens up really quickly so that we are set up. I have the wrong one selected. Hold on. I need this one, not that one. There we go. Okay, so we are set up for Arcade1Up's stream. So the comments on the right side are the comments on the Arcade1Up stream itself. And then obviously you have the stream on top of me, and then me right here down below. But yeah, what I was saying was, I'm not like terribly excited about this cabinet because I don't have any sort of like attachment to Time Crisis. Let me fix this. Why is this like this? 1 second. There we go. I don't know why that was all messed up before. It's good enough. So yeah, I don't have like any personal attachment to Time Crisis. I know of the game growing up. I didn't really play it too much, but it is really cool to have this new form factor, or not really new form factor, but a new cabinet using this light gun technology that they use with Terminator. And for all the people that were very excited, there were a lot of people excited for this cabinet, and I'm excited for them. I'm personally like I'm not hype over the game, but let me adjust this a little bit too. I'm not hype over the game, but I am hype for the people who want this cab. Like, to me, this cab has no effect on me, but it is cool to see. I do like the design of it. Everything looks nice. The colors pop, and you get a decent amount of games on here. You get 4 games, which is really great compared to Terminator. Terminator had 1 game, I believe, maybe 2. So this comes with 4 games on it, and you really can't go wrong there. 4 light gun games. Everybody's been clamoring for a light gun cab, and now we are getting one. So that is pretty exciting. And let's see here. Volume's good. Okay. So yeah, we should be getting started just any second now. Arcade1Up's going to start their stream. But yeah, man, I like, this cabinet doesn't mean anything to me, but it's great for the people that want it. It's better than having another Pac-Man or having some sort of reissue or anything like that. I'm just thinking of the new cabs that we've gotten this year. I think it's only been Fast and the Furious and this, as far as like new titles go. So that's disappointing in that aspect, because it's a lot of re-releases. So that is like another exciting thing, that we're getting something new, and even if this cab isn't for you, I think just the fact that we're getting something new is exciting, and I can't wait to see what else they have coming out this year. We're in summer now, so I think we'll probably get, we also had the Casino Cade, if you want to count that as a new cabinet, but I think we'll probably get something else new towards the end of the year, like around the holiday season. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And okay, so any second now they should be starting. They got a minute left, so once they start their stream, I'm going to go ahead and mute my stream so I don't talk over the thing, and then we'll reconvene after the fact, talk about what they announced. I mean, we pretty much have all the details already, I think, or we don't have like the specifics, but we have the games list, we have the all the artwork and what it looks like, which I have pictures ready to go on screen for after the fact. But obviously, I want to know some of the specifics as far as like, I guess, online play. Tiger uppercut! Tiger uppercut! Finish it. You win! Zero fatality.
Well, hello everybody. Community. We are so excited from Arcade1Up to announce our latest and greatest machine, something everyone has been asking for the longest amount, but I think before I get into it, I should really show you before I run out of time. That's right. You asked for it. We brought it. Arcade1Up is extremely excited to announce our brand new Time Crisis machine. Developed in conjunction with Bandai Namco, this is the latest addition to the Arcade1Up family. And to talk about this with me more is one of my favorite members of the community, Michael B.
Hey, what's happening, Time Cyrus?
Oh, you caught that.
Cyrus, this is so exciting. Time Crisis. So it's a new game. The community's been asking for it. It's also one of those prestige gun games that everybody's been waiting for. Why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown on the games included and the features?
Well, what's so exciting, like in true Arcade1Up fashion, it's not just one game, it's 4. So we're really excited to announce that we're bringing Time Crisis, Point Blank, Steel Gunner, and Steel Gunner 2 to a completely authentic cabinet shape. You know, as one of the most iconic arcade shooters, we've really brought this to life with, you know, a real shape light up marquee, Wi-Fi leaderboards, and 2 brand new light guns, which I've loved to get into.
Oh yeah, like so with your light guns on your last shooter cab, you added a new feature with the actual force feedback, with Terminator 2. This time, have you done anything different to, really accentuate the experience?
Absolutely. So what's so exciting is, you know, at Arcade1Up, we really bridge the line between real feel and improvement. And we want to do something really exciting for our next shooter. And what we thought to do is we've added actual mechanical force feedback to the guns. Oh. So you are going to get a real kick above solenoids of the past.
Oh, that is awesome. I can't wait to see that in action. So with Time Crisis, it's actually a unique shooter because there's another element where it includes a pedal. Now, I know a lot of people in the community, they love your driving games, but they're always a little bit concerned with the pedals. They're concerned about durability. What steps have you taken to make this pedal on this cabinet maybe more durable?
Well, what's so exciting is we didn't want to waste anyone's time, and we didn't want this machine to be a crisis. So we have actually made the single most durable pedal to date. We've actually used real metal, so it should stand up to even the most enthusiastic of fans.
Oh, that's great. That looks really cool. I can't wait to see it in action. Is there anything else you want to talk about the cab?
Outside of my excitement, I would kind of love to see it in action too. I don't know really how. I don't have one behind me.
I mean, it's fine for us to be standing here talking about it, going over the details, but you know what's even more exciting? Seeing this cab actually in action. So I am going to bring in and reveal the person in the community who actually has the Time Crisis review cab. He's the best worst on-site correspondent, ladies and gentlemen, B. Kong.
Yeah, best, worst, all fights reporter. Thank you so much, Michael B. and Time Cyrus. This is it. I've had the Time Crisis cabinets in my house secretly hiding for the last month or so. So I'm so excited to finally be able to talk about it and do all the content that I have planned for this. So I do have one of the first in-hand copies of Time Crisis, including these guns. If you hear that sound, I don't think that's something that everybody has really experienced at the home level, right? Unless you have one of the real Namco guns. So I have so much to talk about this. I have a cab here if you want to pull it up on screen too. We're going to be doing some demo gameplay as well. So yeah, I want to talk about the cabinet design, the features and things, answer any questions that are in the chat right now for the first part of this show. And then we'll be doing lots more content throughout the week. In fact, potentially even having a chance for some community members to play it if you're in the Southern California area. So excited to talk about this.
Now, guys, I know you're going to have millions of questions. Arcade1Up have released a bunch of games in the last little while and haven't been in person with the community to talk about it. There's going to be time to talk about that later. Today, we're just talking about Time Crisis. So anything you want to know about Time Crisis, throw it up in the chat now. We'll try to get to as many questions as we can. B, start playing, man.
Yeah.
Stop wasting time. Go.
I know. I want to. You've had it for a month. I want to see the best there is.
I do. Before I get into gameplay, though, I just want to really showcase off these guns, like you were just talking about. And so this is the solenoid feel. So the way that these work is that it's a physical solenoid. So that way you're actually manually pulling the trigger back, and then it's pulling back this spring to be able to cock this back. So even if the cab is completely off, you can be going off to the side and you can be still having that recoil effect. So that's really an interesting, nice feature because I think for the longevity of the cabinet, there's no mechanical solenoids in here that are going to break through system software. It's all physical. There is an ability here to be able to click this button and be able to turn that off if it's a little bit tiring. And there's obviously a button on the side for the extra games. But I think the first time I saw this recoil feature, this was something that I think most people were wondering if Arcade1Up can pull this off. So, I mean, Time Cyrus, like pulling this off, was this no small feat to be able to engineer this? I'm kind of curious from your perspective what it took to pull this off.
You know, everything at Arcade1Up is about improvement. So we really believe that there is no mountain too high to climb, you know? So like, you know, the levels in Time Crisis, everything represents an escalation. And it was very, very important to us to upgrade the guns when you're making one of the most iconic shooters. So we really dug in and we worked with our ongoing light gun partner, Andy Sinden of Sinden Light Gun Technologies. And we worked to make not only the most accurate light gun technology, but one that you really feel, you know, the best. You know, we want it to be satisfying even if you miss.
Yes, absolutely. So Sinden technology is good from the accuracy standpoint. I'll get all into the nitty-gritty details, but I think most people are really curious about the recoil feel and how it works. My only kind of like just caveat for people to kind of experience, it's hard to explain, but there's pressure here that you have to pull back before it reactivates. So doing this maybe like 100 times in a row may get a little bit tiring. So for folks that do get tired, that's what that lock is for. So that way you can just press it and still not have to have it. So the options are great. I think options for the community are always great. And the last thing I want to just showcase before I get into some gameplay are the pedals. I'm going to point down to my feet. I just ran and put on some socks, Travis, or, you know, folks. Sorry, Mike, to really just make sure I can press this here. But this is that metal pedal that you guys are talking about. I think this is another surprise feature that really surprised me when I saw this. It's kind of like an aluminum metal cover, and this design here, I feel like it can take a lot of step in. So just wanted to show
you know. This pedal is a real representation of what we believe in at Arcade1Up. You know, there are so many titles that the community specifically requests, and they request Time Crisis. So when we are making something for fans, we're making it right. So we wanted to make the most durable pedal possible. And, you know, I honestly am immensely satisfied with the results.
Cyrus, can you do me a favor, during the pitch meeting when you were trying to get the metal on, did you say, put the pedal to the metal?
You know, it was kind of hard not to, but I think if I said it too many times, they might have gotten sick of me.
One other question before we get started, guys. Just to confirm, this does not come with a Coleman cooler, correct?
Negative. It didn't come with
No
one in the
Coleman
box,
cooler.
but,
Okay.
yeah. Other feature-wise, people are wondering if the pedal goes back. It is attached via a cable, just like a pedal for Outrun, that you can pull it back, so you don't have to
Nice.
be really close to it. So I'm gonna put this back here, do some gameplay of Time Crisis, so you guys can see it in action. And then again, if you have any questions in the chat, feel free to let me know.
So this hasn't been pulled up, but I do want to mention this. Right now, Cyrus, the only guns that work with this cabinet are Arcade1Up's proprietary Sinden gun technology. You can't use something else out of the box. You have used the Arcade1Up guns, correct?
As it stands right now, yeah, but
Yeah.
we've designed these, very much, with our partners at Bandai to make
Okay.
it the best experience you can get.
Yeah, nice.
All right. Fun fact, I did test it with other Arcade1Up guns, so you have to stay tuned to see what happens when you plug those in, but that's another option for you.
I'm sorry, B. I'm jumping ahead. But B, how far do you actually have to be away from the screen for the guns to work? I know with Buck Hunter, you used to have to stand about somewhere between 3 and 6 feet back, usually was your best results. What about with Time Crisis? How close can you get to the screen?
Yeah, just let me know if you can hear me, by the way. I'm about 3 to 4 feet away from the cabinet right now, which I feel is like okay. As long as the camera can see the full border, that's what allows you to play. So I'm going to see how close I can get, if that really helps, just so you can see.
Absolutely.
So I'm already like maybe 2 feet away from the screen. So, I mean, it's perfectly working just fine. There's no issues. One of the things you'll notice for people that emulate this game, there is no cursor on the screen. So this is true to the arcade experience, that you really have to test your accuracy. And the Sinden accuracy in terms of the border is usually very quick and very accurate. So, yeah, you're going to have to really be as accurate as possible when you're playing here. I'll step back a little bit so you can see how far you can get to, but essentially you can play as far back and pretty close up. I haven't tested how close you can get, but I can get closer if you want to.
So we got a question here from PD7, excellent community member. Is the screen as high as T2? A lot of other people have asked about the screen height as well. We know this cabinet is going to be 70 inches tall. About where does the cabinet stand in that 70?
Go ahead, Cyrus.
Go ahead. No, please go ahead. I'd rather hear it from you, honestly.
Yeah, I was just comparing the height of the cabinet to the rest of my cabs. Like, physically, it's tall because of the marquee. The screen height, if I'm looking in comparison to my other cabinets, it's like slightly taller than, where my Big Blue is at. It is taller than where the standard cabinets are. It is taller. I'm looking across the room, just making sure. But yes, it's gone a few inches taller than where your standard Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet or Big Blue or even Tempest. So at least a few inches taller.
Here's a question. Here's a question I was wondering myself. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Bao Nguyen? No, I 100% said that wrong.
Nguyen.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Nguyen.
So, Bao Nguyen. How's the emulation? This better be close to the arcade. So, Cyrus, do you want to answer this? This is something I was wondering myself.
Absolutely. I'd love to answer this. So, what's closer than close? And what I mean by that is we've actually developed this from the ground up using original emulation with Bandai Namco researching. So all 4 games are made by the original, development team using an original code base for our hardware. So it is the most accurate emulation currently possible, and we're really, really proud and excited of that.
Does it use the same emulator that Ridge Racer did? Because I believe both of these games are Namco System 22. So I would imagine if people thought Ridge Racer ran really well, this should run just as well.
With improvements, even.
Oh, wow.
Course, I believe on my last stream with UV, I talk about how I'm always amazed by the current advancements, and our PD team really did knock it out of the park.
All right.
All right, guys. Oh, B, sorry. We got a question coming in from the community here from Kevin Clausen. Is there online leaderboards?
Yes, absolutely there are, and I hope to see some of you sharpshooters on the high scores.
Yeah, so this is the games list right now. It's using kind of the system where there are leaderboards there. You have to be able to click through so you can see Steel Gunner 2, and then Point Blank. I really like Point Blank. It's probably my favorite shooter of all time. I have my own custom version of it, so it's really cool to see this and compete with other folks. Do you guys want to see gameplay of the other games too, or what do you want to do?
Absolutely, B.
Please.
All right, so we'll do the Steel Gunner franchise. What can you say about the Steel Gunner games? I think most people don't know what this is, Cyrus.
You know, it's really exciting to bring some of those sleeper games, and we really wanted to build out a strong games list with iconic Namco titles. So what's really great is that, you know, they have a very, very deep library and history of bringing, you know, shooters to the arcade. And what's so amazing about titles like Time Crisis is it allows us, you know, to spotlight some, you know, lesser known. So I'm really excited to see the community feedback to these games and what they think, and maybe, you know, they might discover a new favorite.
So, B, there's a question here from Gallagher Guy 88, another awesome community member. How does it feel with the pedal? Does it feel like you are close to the screen when using it? I think you mentioned this earlier. You can actually pull the pedal out with the speaker cord, same as the pedals with most of the racing cabs, so you can really adjust your distance. But how does that combination feel when you're using both?
Yeah, I actually have some real Namco pedals, and so it's very similar, I would say, from that experience of like pressing a pedal. It's meant for a single player. You know, it's definitely smaller footprint than the real Namco pedal. But that being said, it feels really good with the metal on it. Like the metal plate absolutely surprised me, so it feels good there. The other feature that I didn't mention is that there's a button here. If you weren't pressing the pedal and didn't want to use that, this button actually acts as the pedal feature
on
Time Crisis as well. So that's something I didn't use, but naturally I love stepping on the pedal when I'm playing Time Crisis.
Game Room Theater, you guys may know Game Room Theater, big Arcade1Up fan. You guys have done some work with him in the past. He asks, does the marquee light up?
Yes, it does.
It's a little hard right now, Game Room Theater. B's in the middle of a game of Point Blank to pull it up, but he's going to do it anyways. There you go. Look at that. B, so is this a new form factor on the marquee? Because people are talking about the underside actually has some light up too.
Yeah, so this is all one solid piece right here.
Wow.
So this is plexi all the way down here, and there's a light up. So I was really impressed putting this together and seeing the quality of the print even. I'm trying to get as close as I can. You know, I think some old pictures may have had a Namco logo on there, but it's okay. It still lights up better than I expected for this design. So, you know, with Dragon's Lair type of curved plexi, I'm just happy they went with this type of design. It really adds that, I think you've said it before, Cyrus, authenticity for the cab design. Can you talk about even just developing this cab design shape and to where it got to?
Yeah, you know, quality on this was very, very important to us, and it's always the most fun when you work with original developers. You've kind of seen interviews with us when we talk about our relationship with Raw Thrills and what a privilege it is to work with them. And, you know, working with Bandai Namco Research was amazing because of their commitment to quality over time. These titles become iconic because they were kept in quality for so many years. So we went through a very rigorous approval process with them and worked in conjunction to make a cabinet that was, you know, ripped right out of the arcade for your home. And we're really, really excited about it because when you see it, you know, this is a cabinet that screams playability. I have not seen a single person walk past it and not, you know, get so excited, even in the prototyping stage. So, you know, it's one of those labors of love that always pays off.
So, Cyrus, you know this is a question near and dear to my heart. Alan Desjardins, and I know I'm almost there, Alan, pronouncing your name. Will this be available in Canada? Let me just get my button up. No, I don't have to because this is an international release and will be available in Canada.
Yes, so the best way to really track availability is to get on our Notify Me. So that page will be going live during and or after the show, you know, any minute now. And you'll really be able to keep up to date with all different Arcade1Up updates, as well as Time Crisis and where the availability lies.
B, people are asking in the comments, I've seen a couple go by, but Firebrand brings it up here. How are the speakers? Let's hear them. Can we jack up the sound so we can really get a good feel for how loud this thing can get?
Yeah, so the speakers are nicely yellow grill covers. So that's the first I've seen, you know, real colored speakers besides black and maybe chrome. So yeah, let's crank it up and see how it sounds.
B, that sounds good. How's the bass and everything? It's hard to, you know, get a visual of that while we're here.
High end, so I probably wouldn't play it the full on at 15.
Yeah.
But that's pretty loud. This is at 11 right now.
All right, guys. So are there any other questions from the chat? Price and availability. That's a good one. Cyrus, can you tell us today how much this cabinet is going to cost these fine folks?
I certainly can. And, we're really excited to have brought such a feature-rich cabinet to the community, and we're very proud to announce it at $749. And as far as availability is concerned, please subscribe to our Notify Me, and you will be the very first, and you may get it just in time.
Oh, wow. So you're telling people that they should hit the Notify Me so they don't run out of time before ordering, and then they'll end up being in crisis because they didn't pre-order.
I should say so, yes.
All right, B. So, B, you have this cabinet. You've got a review cabinet. You're going to be doing some more content about this in the very near future. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
I can in 4 seconds because I'm having too much fun playing Point Blank here. But this is a really underrated game. I would say, personally, it's my favorite game on the cabinet because I grew up playing Point Blank. I even have a custom one over there. It's nice to be able to turn it on and play it immediately. And so, yes, I do plan on making a ton of content about this. In fact, tonight, I pre-recorded an unboxing video. So later tonight, I'll be doing some content on my channel, doing an unboxing so you can see what it took to build this beast. So come join me later on this evening. Over the next couple of days, I'll be doing some full-on gameplay videos just to make sure people can see additional footage of the gameplay. I do plan to even open up the guns to see from my modding perspective what's on the inside. I know people are curious about what's there. And I'm super excited to really kind of launch something that I personally wanted to do more often when these releases happen, is that I want the community to be involved with the launch and testing these products before they can get their hands on it. So I reached out to a local brewery, and I will be bringing this to a public space to put out for the world to test and play. And we're going to be doing a Time Crisis launch party on Saturday. And I'll get more details about when it's going to happen. I hope people that are in the SoCal area can stop by. You can test it out for yourself. It'll be there for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two, just to let people play it and see it and feel it. You can make your own content, take pictures. I just want more people to be able to experience it besides myself as a review copy. And hopefully I'll get with the Arcade1Up crew as well to see what else could happen. Because I'm excited to do this and make this more of a community event rather than just me doing content for it all by myself.
That's a great call, B. Like, that's going to be a fun event too, and hopefully we can do more stuff like this in the future. I think that's just an awesome idea.
Yeah. All right.
Always, yeah. We couldn't be more excited about our further and continued involvement in the community, and you may see some further surprises down the road of maybe special promos for early adopters. So, please get notified, and you'll see some cool stuff.
That's awesome, guys. Well, anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. Right after this, go check out the Arcade1Up website, Time Crisis. Go check out the details, hit Notify Me, and find out when you can purchase this for yourself. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Time to wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time.
All right. We are back. Everything is set up. Let me just pull this up. There we go. Okay, so how are we feeling? How are we feeling about that? Overall, I will say I'm pretty impressed. I didn't like I was saying before the show, I don't have any emotional attachment to this cab. I wasn't very excited for it, but seeing it in person, honestly, it does look extremely fun. And I will say that those mechanical guns, they look amazing. Price $750. Now my voice is low. Okay, 1 second. My voice is low. Why is my voice low? Hold on. Alright, can you guys hear me? Is this any better if I bring the mic closer? I don't know why my voice is low all of a sudden. How are we sounding? Check. Sounding good? Alright, so as I was saying, it should sound good. I don't know why it sounds low, but hopefully now that I'm holding the mic a little bit closer to myself, it's better. What was I saying? So yeah, $750, It is pretty expensive, but I will say it's a little bit cheaper than I thought it was going to be. Because Terminator 2 came out, and I think that was around the $800 mark, and that only had one game on it. The technology on that wasn't as great as the technology on this, so I expected this one closer to be like around that $1,000 range. And this, I 750, yes, it's expensive. Would I spend $750 personally? No. But seeing the technology that they have with those improved mechanical feedback on the guns, I mean, that looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, I don't have it in person to feel it and see how it feels, but just judging off the video and how it looks, I mean, it looks amazing. The pedal, they made the whole thing about it having metal on it, but to be honest, it still looks like a cheap plastic piece with just the metal faceplate on the front of it. So I still think it's going to feel relatively like the same as Ridge Racer. I don't think there's a... When asked about the pedals, they didn't talk about any improvements on the pedal itself. All they talked about was how they had metal on the pedal. So to me, that just sounds like they took the existing pedal and just slapped metal on it to try and call it an improvement. So on that aspect, I'm not really too excited about it. But the marquee looks great. It looks very clear, crisp. It lit up. It looks really, really nice. Artwork looks nice on it, so I can't complain about that. Like I said, pricing is a little bit steep, but there's no doubt that whoever wants this cab, they're going to go out and get it. They'll sell the initial wave of cabs, and then there's going to be a ton left over. We'll see sales, whether it's through Arcade1Up or other retailers, you know, Black Friday sales, things like that. So I would not be surprised if we see this drop to like maybe $500 at some point in time, $400. I don't think they'll go as low as like $200 or $300, because I do think this has more of a community or an audience of people that are interested in this versus Terminator 2. So in that aspect, I think that, you know, this will sell better than T2 did for sure. You got 4 games on here. Like I said, great looking marquee, great looking guns. Gameplay looked to be solid, and like I said, I wasn't really sold on this before going. I'm still not sold on it. I'm very particular with the things that I buy and that I'm dropping that much money on, especially now that I have a newborn in my life. I just can't be, you know, dropping $750 on a cabinet. But this looks more interesting to me now, seeing the gameplay, seeing the potential it has, especially at parties and stuff like that. This looks really, really fun, and having the 4 games on there, you know, you have a variety versus just having 1 or 2 games on there. So overall, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with this. I'm not sold on it. Like I said, I don't plan to buy one, but you know, for those who want it, I think this is a really, really great looking cab. And between this and Fast and Furious, I think honestly, like Arcade1Up with the new cabs that they've been releasing, they're kind of knocking it out of the park. I forget what the price of Fast and Furious was, but I think that one was just a little bit overpriced for what it is. But this one, it's still expensive, but I think for what it is, I think it's fairly priced for what they've been pricing things and seeing past cabs and things like that. Okay, let me take a look at some of these comments here. Chosen One says, too much, but I'll wait. I don't think it'll sell out. Yeah, it definitely won't sell out. Like I said, you're going to have that initial wave of people, like the day one people who want it, but there'll definitely be like a lot of stock left over, in my opinion. It's basically T2 with a pedal. I mean, this is true, but you do have those improved guns. I used the T2 guns, and they did not look or sound anything like these guns as far as the feedback goes, having that actual, you know, recoil on it. So it is improved compared to T2. This is your grill cab, so it's going down. Yeah, like I said, like, you know, for the people who want it, this looks amazing, and I'm very, very happy for you guys. I know this has a big community behind it, and honestly, like, I can't really find anything to complain about, and it doesn't look like anything that the community was saying either. Like, people don't really have much to complain about. I think the only complaint people might have is that pedal, but other than that, I don't think you'll have like anything else. You're not sure it'll do better than T2. It doesn't have a mainstream recognition. I mean, I guess that's true, but at the same time, like I said, I think it has a bigger community support and community of people that wanted this. Like, I don't think many people were asking for T2 the way that people were asking for Time Crisis. It could just be me though, just as an outsider looking in. Like, I'm not that big into the light gun community, so I don't really know for sure. But in my opinion, I think this would do better than T2 for sure. And it's a much better looking cab. It's fairly priced compared to T2. It has 4 games on it, all the upgrades and everything like that. So I think this would do decent. You know, it's not going to sell out, but I think it'll do decent. Fast and Furious sold out on Best Buy, so they might be making smaller quantity these days. I don't know. I still feel like I can pretty much find Fast and Furious if I wanted to. I don't know, through Walmart or whatever. Was it exclusive to Best Buy? Honestly, I don't know, man. My life has been such a blur these last couple months. You wish they would have went with a 19-inch. I will say, yeah, the screen does look a little bit small, at least judging from the video and the pictures and everything like that. You know, obviously having it in person, it'd be better to tell. But, yeah, I will say the screen did look a little bit small. Just a little bit. Fast and the Furious back in stock at Best Buy. Yeah, so like I said, Fast and the Furious, it had its moments where like sold out and came back in stock. But overall, I feel like it's been relatively easy to find. Do we have any other comments or anything, or any questions for me, whether it's Arcade1Up related about this cab or anything in general? Since we're just chilling here doing a live stream, but I don't want to spend too much time on this because, like I said, I have a newborn that I need to get back to. She's probably crying that she's hungry at this point in time. So, yeah, overall, like. I'm pretty impressed. I can't find anything to complain about with this other than the pedal. The pedal still looks cheap to me, even with that, you know, metal plate that they attach to it. But other than that, solid. Artwork's nice. I love the colors on it too. I can't wait to see it in person at some point in time. Like, those colors look great. The red really pops. The yellow, the bright yellow looks great. The guns, everything about that just pops. Even the marquee, that whole section up top, that looks amazing. So this is going to be a really, really great piece to add to your collection and go with the rest of your cabs. And obviously you have this unique shape that is arcade identical or arcade accurate. I can tell you that often the community doesn't follow up with a lot of purchasing what they want. Yeah, I mean, that's true, right? You're going to have everyone always talking about, like, we want this, and then it comes out and people don't really support it or get behind it because of maybe the pricing. They complain about that and things like that. So, pedal is metal, so much better at least. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. The front part is just a metal plate that they attach to the whole plastic assembly of the pedal. So I think it's still going to feel, even though it is metal, it's still going to feel cheap overall when you're pressing it in because you're still pressing in plastic essentially. I mean, that's just my takeaway looking at it. I don't know for sure, but that's just what I think. You know, 70-inch height is good too. That 70-inch height is kind of deceiving because the marquee is so tall that that's kind of what makes up that 70-inch mark. So, you know, the screen still may not be as high as we would like it to be for a game like this. Just don't be surprised with that 70-inch if the screen is still a little low just because that marquee is so high up. That's the only thing. But, I mean, judging off B-Kong, it seemed decent enough to play, and you don't really need to play it because you can move that pedal outward. You don't need to play it up close. So I think being a little further back, I think it'll be okay. What is your next must-buy wish cab before you get back to your baby girl? I mean, I say this in pretty much all my streams. Like, my must-haves was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which was already made, and then NFL Blitz, which was also already made. I have Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I don't have NFL Blitz just because space and money. But Tekken 3, I think, is like on my top of the top. That is one of my favorite fighting games of all time. So if they made Tekken 3, like, I probably would pick that up and deal with the consequences later. I would probably get rid of the Pac-Man cab that I have here and make space for that Tekken 3. Tekken 3 definitely, that will probably be a day one purchase for me. Other than that, I think like all of my must-haves have already been made as far as, you know, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mean, it would be nice to see. And we've had all the different versus series, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Would be nice to see some SNK fighters. It would also be nice to see other versions of Street Fighter other than Street Fighter 2. The Street Fighter Alpha series would be nice. The Street Fighter 3 series would be nice as well. So I know people are kind of getting tired of Street Fighter, but I think people will be more receptive to it if we just got different versions of Street Fighter other than Street Fighter 2. All that said, great looking, impressive cab. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I wasn't that hype about it, but it looks great. It looks promising so far. Those guns look amazing. So overall, like, my hype levels went from like maybe like a 3 to probably like a 7 or 8 after watching that video. Like I said, I don't have too much like emotional attachment to it, so that's why I'm not as I'm not hype. But for everybody who is emotionally attached to this game or has some sort of nostalgia to it, I would imagine you guys are like at a 9 or a 10, and I'm happy for you. This looks phenomenal. Game Room Theater. Hey, what's up, man? We talked a couple times on, I'm one of the admins on the Arcade1Up page. So I've talked to you a few times. James, if you remember me, was hoping for Daytona. Yeah, Daytona USA is another one that would be great. And I just saw that the other day that there's a new like NASCAR arcade game coming to consoles. So maybe they're in talks of doing it now that the NASCAR arcade genre has kind of been resurrected for modern consoles. Maybe Arcade1Up will be able to secure that license with NASCAR to get that going. And of course, is that a Sega game if I'm not mistaken? Maybe it's not Sega. Is it? I don't know. But either way, hopefully they'll be able to get that in the works soon, because that is one racing game I would love to see is Daytona USA. Solid choice. You need Daytona or Cruisin' to differentiate the room. Yep, we're just talking about that. Operation Wolf is a must-have. You can now get on the Notify Me list. Okay, so let's see if it's live on the website. Let's take a look here. I don't see it yet. Let me search it. Time Crisis. Oh, yep, here it is. Time Crisis Deluxe. You have to search it on their website. It's not on the home screen yet. Okay, so here we go. I mean, the pictures I already have up on the screen for you guys. Let me just read through this, see if there's anything interesting here. So you got the Wi-Fi enabled leaderboards, which they already mentioned. Yeah, there's nothing on the website that is even remotely interesting as far as the details of it. They already mentioned everything in the stream. But yeah, you can click Notify Me. I'll drop the link down in the chat if you guys would like to get that. There we go. There's the link. If you guys are interested, you can click Notify Me. They didn't say like when this is supposed to go live or anything like that. You can also download the Arcade1 app. I'm sure they'll drop a notification on the app when it's available. The party game is what will get people back to playing it. Yeah, definitely. I feel like this is going to be great at parties or having friends over. The only thing I'm a little bit confused on is if you can do 2 players, but you only have 1 pedal, how does that work? Maybe you guys can let me know, but doing 2 players with 1 pedal, I'm not sure entirely how that works. Maybe that's how it was in the original, or did the original have like 2 pedals? That I'm not sure about. That was the one thing I was kind of wondering how that would work. Let me know down in the comments below. I was definitely a proponent of crowdsourcing more niche cabs. I personally want to see Smash TV, Total Carnage, or Robotron. You used to work for Arcade1Up. Oh, okay. So Darren Kane, what's up? What did you used to do? Just that, or did you do anything else at Arcade1Up? Yeah, I don't know why, with them having such like a good relationship with Bandai and Namco, I don't know why they haven't done Tekken for the life of me, because they love fighting cabs. They done Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I feel like Tekken would sell really, really well. So that still baffles me why they haven't done it. It'd be interesting to talk to somebody over there and see why. Pedal is only for Time Crisis and only a 1-player game. Okay, all right, so that makes sense. You need 2 cabs for 2-player Time Crisis. Got it. So with that being said, I wonder why they didn't take the technology from Fast and the Furious and or just use the Wi-Fi technology to link 2 cabs together like that to play 2-player. That would be great. 2 guns are only for the other games, not Time Crisis. Got it. Okay. So that makes sense then. Yeah, like I said, like I've known about Time Crisis growing up. I probably have played it here and there, but I never played it enough to really know or remember. It's been years since I've played it, if I even played it. I just noticed Star Fox is playing. I had Time Crisis gameplay playing. I don't know why Star Fox is on the screen here. Not that you guys can really see it, but I'll throw Time Crisis back on the screen in the background. So any other last minute questions or comments, anything like that, I'm probably going to wrap up and go to like 6:45 more or less. That'll be like a solid hour we've been on. I would love to stay on longer, man. I really would, but my free time is very, very limited nowadays. But you know, it's exciting. I have a baby girl. So life is crazy. But if you guys are interested on like that more personal side of my life, as far as like my vlogging, my vacation stuff with my wife and my newborn daughter and things like that, check out my other channel, JNC Adventures. I'll drop that link down below. Just if you guys are interested in a more personal side of me that's not like, you know, all the retro gaming and things like that. I'm gonna pull that up here and drop that. You know, just if you guys are interested. I know some people might be into that. So there's my second channel if you guys want to check us out. Okay. So Darren, I managed the e-com site and did a lot of copywriting and email design February 2020 through May 2022. Left for another opportunity. Really like the team and I work with there. All right, cool. So that's what's up. I hope the new opportunity that you went to, you're happy with that, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. I think that is coming for sure. The link works. Yeah, that should be something that they should do. They didn't mention it here, so I'm not sure if it's actually coming. Delano Dave. Not sure if I pronounced that. Did I become a dad yet? I definitely did. 2.5 weeks ago. So August 4th. She was supposed to be born on the 17th. She was born on the 4th. So that's why I haven't really been making videos. That's why this stream was kind of a rush and I need to kind of get off of here soon. But it's been great, man. It's been exciting. I'm not sleeping much, but I mean, that's to be expected. Not sure if Arcade1Up have the rights. The vacation channel is pretty dope. Hey, shout out to everybody who is subscribed to the vacation channel. More videos coming there soon. I plan to do a nursery tour of the baby's room, and show kind of a more personal side and what's been going on, introducing my baby on that channel, and obviously way more vacation stuff coming up. I got a bunch of stuff planned in November, so stay tuned for that. I might have some stuff coming up in September as well, another drive to New York and a whole road trip thing again that I did not too long ago. Congratulations from Darren. Thank you. Congratulations from Delano Dave. Appreciate you guys, man. Hope Paul is healthy and well. Yeah, everything went so smoothly. It was crazy because it all happened so fast and unexpected because, like I said, she was 2 weeks early, and it started happening August 3rd on that night, that Thursday night, having contractions, stuff like that. We waited it out to see if it was false contractions or if it was real. It started getting worse, so we went to the hospital, and just everything moved so quickly. We were at the hospital at 3 a.m. It was technically Friday morning at that point, and we got checked in and everything probably about 3:45, and then at 9:45 a.m. is when the baby was born, and everything went so well and so smoothly between the baby as well as my wife, no complications or anything like that, and we were literally back home the next day. So she gave birth Friday and we were back home Saturday, which is crazy. Everything happened so quickly, and those couple days were a blur. The last 2 weeks have been a blur. These last 2 weeks, it felt like 2 years. It just feels so long, and it's only been 2 weeks. It's just crazy. But it is great, man. I wouldn't take it back for anything. Time goes by fast. Enjoy it. Oh, hold on. I skipped a couple. Congratulations. My oldest just started college yesterday. So this is my firstborn. I mean, I am pretty young. I am about to be 30 in a couple months. So, excited to see where life takes us. That's for sure. Take your time, my friend, and be a dad. Time goes by fast. Enjoy it. And just subbed. Man, I appreciate all these comments. You guys have no idea. I appreciate everybody, not just these comments, but everybody that came through, that watched the stream. Every time I do this, man, I enjoy talking with the community, and it's just so great to sit down and talk with you guys. And I would love to do more of these streams, definitely. And I'm gonna have to make time for that because I love interacting with you guys. But I think that's going to do it. I definitely need to get out of here. So, you're definitely sub to the vacation channel. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the love, all the support. Honestly, you guys do not know how much that it means to me. But yeah, I am going to get out of here. So thank you again to everybody who came through, everybody who subbed to the second channel. And I look forward to doing this again soon with you guys. So make sure you guys drop a like on this video if you haven't already. That would be helpful. And until the next time, I don't know when my next video is coming. Maybe in a week or so. I don't have anything planned, but we'll see. I'll make a video when I can. But appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. And yeah, so subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more. See you guys next time. All that good stuff. See you guys.